Good afternoon, folks. You're watching The Hungry Handgunner. Now, normally, if I'm carrying a concealed handgun and I really have to focus on size, and that's part of my decision making for the day, the P365 just works. It's what I go to for most of those situations. Fairly decent gun. And it's not too shabby. This is a pretty easy gun to get away with it in most situations, things like that. It just works, very ergonomic. However, there are situations where sometimes even that is too big, and there are what I call the micro carry class of guns, because those are typically referred to as subcompacts. So even the class below that I'll just call micro compacts. And for me, that niche was filled with my LCP II in .22 long rifle. I've been a very big fan of this gun, 10+1 mag capacity. It's obviously not hard to conceal at all, and you can still shoot it fairly easily even at 15 yards. Now granted, because of the holster that I use with this gun and the fact that it has a manual safety, it does take a little bit longer to get into play than I would like. As you can see there, very easy to shoot quickly, not a whole lot going on. So a buddy of mine said to me, well, 22 is not that much, what about a 380? I said, I've never owned a 380, and I haven't. I've shot a couple, but I've never owned one. Well, today we are going to be testing out the Ruger LCP II in 380 and kind of putting it through its paces and seeing how it compares to the LCP II in 22. Now, the gun itself is almost identical to the 22 version. Obviously, your mag capacity goes from 10+1 to 6+1, and there is no external safety. I'm not sure if that's a model they offer. The one we're looking at today does not. Other than that, though, it feels identical to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself 7 rounds just to kind of get acquainted with the gun. Now, I've heard they're snappy out of guns this size. I don't know what to expect. I've never shot a 380 quite like this one, so we'll just see what we get here. It's definitely a little snappier than I would have thought, but not terrible. Don't like the mag capacity. Alright, so now we've moved up to 12 yards. This is about as close as I want to shoot this steel today. I just want to see what it looks like on the timer. So, here we go. And a miss. .187. 215. Caught a piece of brass on my shoulder and a miss. But I have 3 rounds. Let's see if I can get 3 on the target accurately. See what that looks like. 313. Okay, let's do an experiment. Alright, so I have 6 rounds loaded in the LCP II in 380. What I'm going to do, I could have put a 7th, but for this we're going to do 3 reps with controlled pairs here, I want to see what those times look like from concealment to get 2 shots on target, what that looks like. I'm going to do it with this gun, and then I'm going to do it with the LCP II and 22 and see what we get. I don't know how this is going to go. Now obviously I have more time with the LCP, but it has the LCP and 22 that obviously has a manual safety, so that could put it at a disadvantage. So we'll go for our first set of controlled pairs. Two, 5, 2. Two, 6, 4. Make sure I counted right there. Two, 7, 0. All right, let's get the 22 loaded up and we'll repeat the drill. All right, we're loaded up. I only put 6 rounds in this one to keep it fair, so 3 reps. We'll see what we get. Two, 8, 5. I missed one of those shots, but I got it off a little bit faster, so doesn't really count there. Two, 2, 4. So yeah, I can tell you it's definitely a lot easier to shoot this gun. Oh, pocket lint. Like I said, I've used this gun quite a bit. It's definitely easier. So I'm going to load the 380 back up and play around with it a little bit more, so I have a little bit of ammo left for it. Alright, now at this point I'm just playing. I've got 16 more rounds of target ammo here. I just want to shoot the gun. Sometimes shooting is just having fun. Dare I even try way out there on the hill? We'll see. I'm gonna hit that target. So one of the modifications I made on the 22 is I actually painted the front sight with the orange nail polish. I think that was covered in one of my videos, and that made it significantly easier to see. Give this a go here. Appears I need to hold slightly left. We're gonna do more scientific tests when I get more ammo. All right, last 4 rounds, and then I'll give you my verdict. Really hoping all of those would have hit. So I want to preface this by saying some people are going to be mad no matter what I say at this point. Somebody's going to get upset. Out of these 2 guns, which you can see there, they're both clear. We'll go ahead and drop the slides just to give you an idea here. There. You can see very close in size, very close in weight, very close in trigger pull as far as I can tell. I do feel like the 380 is a little bit heavier trigger. I guess that makes sense. No manual safety. Obviously the 380 recoil is substantial compared to this one. And if anybody has shot one of these are just fun guns to shoot in general. So for the micro carry category with these 2 pistols, which one would I pick if I could only have one? I'm honestly going to go with the 22, and I say that for a couple reasons. One, I shoot this one better. I do have more time with this one, largely because I have more ammo for this one, and I have more ammo for this one because, well, I have other 22s, and 22 was easy to get for a long time, and I stocked up on it. So I was able to get a lot of practice with this gun and continue to practice with this gun for a fraction of what it would cost to practice with here. Now I know somebody's going to say, well, you know, 22 is just a tiny little bullet and blah, 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 and that's true, and we always go back to what we go back to when it comes to caliber stuff, which is shot placement. How can you put the bullets where they need to go? At normal self-defense distances, we'll say 25 yards and in. I am much more confident with this 22 that I can put those bullets closer to where they need to go than I am with this 380. The amount of ammo it's going to take for me to get to that level, if I get to that level with this gun, is going to be significantly more expensive and harder to get than practicing with this one. So obviously for me, the situations in which I would carry a gun like this are honestly not that common for me. Gym carry or around the yard, something like that, in a pair of gym shorts or pajama pants, I don't know, where I can't really carry something else, or deep concealment, which isn't very often for me. But if it is, the 22 is going to be what I go to. Now, one thing I haven't seen talked about is if you have one of these, can you get one of these as a trainer for all the advantages I named? Well, I think you could, but I think you're still going to run into an issue where this is very, very different. The 22 is very different than the 380. So any improvements that you're making with this gun may not help you on anything past the first shot with this gun, because the recoil impulse and everything is just different. Manual safety, no manual safety. So I don't look at that as a viable alternative. And if you disagree, that's fine. Feel free to drop it in the comments. Now, I'm not going to tell you that 380 isn't enough oomph to do what needs done, but with all the 9s that are only marginally bigger than this, maybe that's the way to go in terms of ammo availability and cost. Obviously, you're going to have more recoil, so maybe something like the P365 or the Springfield Hellcat or the Glock 43 or any of the things in the next category up, maybe those are the better choices. I don't know. But I do have to say, I think with enough practice, I think you're going to have to practice a lot more with this to get it to be at the same skill level that this one just took a couple boxes for me to get at. So there is that. All in all, though, not as bad as I was led to believe this was going to be. I figured it was going to hurt, and it is snappy, but it's not bad. I do like the LCP II. I like what Ruger did with these guns. So again, there's going to be links in the description for you to check out more on especially the LCP II and 22 that I have done. I have put a lot of rounds through this gun. It's just a fun gun to shoot. Very cool, and I think it's made very well. So there is that. Guys, stay safe, keep shooting, and I'll see you next time.